does COVID-19 pandemic affect stock price in the banking industry? Hai, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Anissa Hakim Purwantini from Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Muhammadiyah Magelang. I'm the co-author as well as corresponding author of our paper entitled Analysis the Determinant of Stock Price, an empirical study of Indonesian commercial bank. What is the background for this research and what's the result? Okay, on this good occasion, we will explain about our research. Let's get started. This research is motivated by the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Indonesia is one of the countries affected, especially in the economic aspect. The outbreak of this virus also had an impact on the Jakarta Composite Index to decline. The Jakarta Composite Index has been under pressure on various world stock exchanges, triggered by negative sentiment from the spread of the coronavirus. The capital market has a big role for the economy of a country because the capital market performs two functions at once. First, an economic function, and the second, a financial function. Economic function is provide facilities or a vehicle unit to interest, namely them who have excess fund or investor and those who need funds. Financial function simply because capital market provide possibilities and opportunity to earn and return for fund owners according to selected investment characteristics. The banking sector plays a strategic role in economic activities. Thus, because the bank holds the function as financial intermediary, which is a medium fundraiser and channeler of fund public. The existence of banking becomes the driving force for the wheels of activity in the country's economy. The existence of banking in the era of the modern economy, especially during a pandemic as financial intermediary institution, is crucial. Banking must have a good performance as its role a financial intermediary, as with things then the bank gets trust from community or agent of trust. The decline in the stock price of the Jakarta Composite Index had an impact on banking stock price, which experienced a plummet in stock price. At the close of the second trading session on 6 March 2020, a number of banking issuers experienced a varied decline in stock price. So, the purpose of this study is to test empirically and analyze the factors that affect stock prices, especially in the banking industry in Indonesia. This research focuses on external factors. This is inflation, the rupiah exchange rate, interest rate, economic growth, and money supply. Furthermore, the study also examined the difference in stock prices before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, next, the method of the study. The study used a purposive sampling technique with several criteria as follows. Commercial bank leads on IDX during the 2019 and 2020 period and not delisted. And then commercial banks that include monthly data on the closing price for the period July to December 2019 to January until June on 2020. The total sample used was 14 banks with 168 observations. For the data analysis method, we use multiple linear regression to testing the effect of the independent variable on the dependent, and paired sample t-test to testing the difference in stock price. Okay, next, research result. The study consists of 6 hypotheses. The results of this research are presented in detail in this table. The first hypothesis is not supported. In the study period, the inflation rate is not direct influence investor decision to invest in the banking sector. And the second hypothesis is supported. This result indicates in the rupiah exchange rate strengthen, the stock price will increase. Investor will invest because the resulting return are high. But on the other hand, if the rupiah exchange rate weakens, it will have an impact on foreign investment shift. Depreciation of the rupiah will cause an increase in cost that must be borne by the company. So, it will reduce the profit rate obtained by the company, and it will be reduce the stock price of the company traded on the capital market. Hypothesis 3 until hypothesis 5 are not supported, and the 6th hypothesis is supported. The result of this hypothesis research proved empirically that there are differences in stock price before and during COVID-19. The stock price before COVID-19 show a price that is higher than the stock price during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is like in the phenomenon which saw that the composite stock price index is experiencing pressure on various world stock exchange on the backdrop of negative sentiment from the spread of the coronavirus. It was recorded that at the close of 27 February in 2020, the Jakarta Composite Index decreased by 2.7%, ending at the level of 15.4 and continued to decline the following day on 1.5% at the level of 5.5. And also this pandemic is very fast in the spread and affect investor in investing in a company, especially in the banking sector. Okay, the conclusion is this study. The recent results prove empirically that inflation, economic growth, and the money supply have no influence on stock price in the Indonesian banking industry. Meanwhile, the rupiah exchange rate and interest rate have a positive effect on stock price. And the result also indicate that there are differences in stock price before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, that's our research presentation. Thank you for your attention. Billahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.